Ever since Swiss brand VMAX made their way over to the United States about a year ago, we have been so impressed with all their scooters, and the VX5 Pro is no exception. In this review, I'm going to break down all the features, all the components. I'm gonna take it for a ride. I'm gonna tell you the top speed. I'm gonna tell you acceleration numbers. I'm gonna tell you the range. I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know about this scooter and tell you why it's such a great option at the price. Let's go. The VX5 Pro comes in 3 different battery sizes. The smallest battery size, which they say gets 11 miles of range, is only $449. And then you add about 6 miles of range and about $50 for each battery size above that. This is the GT version and is supposed to get 22 miles of range and cost $549. The fact that you can get this electric scooter for as little as $450 actually blows my mind. So let's jump into the features and specs. Simplicity is king with the VX5 Pro, and with VMAX's scooters in general. They go for this really sleek, simple black styling, and this frame design is no nonsense. It's super solid. You're not gonna have any stem wobble. You're not gonna have any problems with components or any sort of rickety feel to it. It is one of the best built scooters at the price that I've ever tested. This is a 36-volt scooter, and as I mentioned, this is the GT version that has a 10.4 amp hour battery. The smallest version only has a 5 amp hour battery. That smallest version is supposed to give you 11 miles of range. This is supposed to give you up to 22 miles of range, but we will put that to the test. This rear hub motor is a 400-watt motor with a max output of 840 watts, and you feel every single one of those watts when you're riding this scooter. This really feels like it's punching above its weight class. This has a claimed top speed of 18 miles an hour, but we will be putting that to the test with a top speed run to see if it actually goes the claimed top speed. You get a really solid sized riding platform. You can see my foot for reference there. Some brands around this price do have tails. Sometimes they position the deck so that your foot doesn't hit this back wheel. So it's not the largest deck I've ever tried, but also it's plenty spacious even for my large 6-foot frame. You get these really great 9-inch tubeless pneumatic tires. The tires are kind of the only form of suspension that you're going to get on the scooter, and generally they do a pretty good job, but I will dive into more detail about that when I do jump on the scooter. This has my favorite style of folding lock, where you unclip it here and then you have to press down on the lock in order to fold it down, and then it just clicks into place, and then it's a simple matter of clicking that tab, and as you push it up, you'll see that the safety latch will lock in place, and then you lock over the top. It's just such a fantastic design. It's so solid. You're never gonna have to worry about this coming loose or the stem folding down on you randomly. With this weighing less than 40 pounds plus the quick folding, this is one of the most portable scooters that we've ever tested, making it great to stick in a car, carry upstairs. If you're someone that values portability, this is going to be a fantastic choice. Cockpit is a really simple, straightforward design, as is usually the case at this price. My only complaint is the center display. Because this glass is kind of tinted, it's really hard to see in this brighter light. You can barely make out the battery indicator and then the speed indicator here. You have a great thumb throttle that's super comfortable. It's got a decent amount of travel, and then you have your light button and you have your power button. You have some pretty solid grips. They spin around the bars just a little bit, but generally they're pretty solid. And then you have your turn indicators on the side here, and that also activates this rear light. You've got 2 brake levers. One activates the front drum brake and the other activates the rear electronic brake. Some of our other favorites at this price do come with disc brakes, and I would have liked to see that here, at least a front disc brake, but these get the job done. I also wanted to mention how much I love the VMAX app. There is no BS going on here. There's no logging in. There's no asking for your personal information, personal data. You literally just download the app, turn on the scooter, boom, it connects, and boom, like that, you're connected, and you can change all of your settings. You can change the top speed, you can change the riding mode, boom, sport, you can change the lighting, you can change it between metric and imperial units, you can change it to 0 start, you can check for firmware updates, and boom, just like that, you have everything set up exactly how you want it, and you exit the app, and boom, you're good to go. And I absolutely love that they do this. Why do other brands not do this? Why do I need to make an account? Why do I need to log in? Why do I need to bind it? Why can't I just go into the app and change my settings? Thank you, VMAX, for making it such a pleasant experience to use your app. Okay, so we're gonna start off with a little bit of an uphill climb here. Even with this fairly steep hill, it maintains 14, 15 miles an hour really casually. But let's just talk general riding comfort. I mentioned the deck size, and honestly, I don't think the video did it justice. There's absolutely plenty of room here. I have plenty of space to keep my front foot straight forward, my back one at a little bit of an angle, plenty of spread, you know, for stability and that kind of stuff. So that's great. The handlebars are really nice and wide. I feel like I have a ton of control. Now, it is a single motor scooter, so it's not going to be as good as dual motor scooters on a hill. The place where you really feel the power and the acceleration is on flat ground. I think it'll surprise you how quick and fun this scooter is. So let's jump forward to a flat section so I can show you that acceleration. So to get into the top speed mode, you actually need to access a secret setting by pressing this power button 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you'll see the number 13 pop up, and then you can use the throttle to switch between the number 1 and the number 2. Number 1 limits the speed to 15.5 miles an hour, and pressing it again into 2 and then clicking the button 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times will put it into the 18 mile an hour top speed mode. But let's put it to the test right now and see if it actually gets to 18 miles an hour. And let's also test the 0 to 15 time. So I'll put a timer on screen for when I take off, and then you have the GPS speed to see how fast it goes, and also see when it hits 15 miles an hour. So ready, 3, 2, 1, go. It's good speed off the line. There's 15 already. We're displaying 17 already. We'll hopefully see it displayed 18 miles an hour. There it is. So I imagine we saw a top speed of right around 18 miles an hour. VMAX says that you should be able to see a display speed of as high as 19 miles an hour. But actual speed should be right in that probably 17.5 to 18 mile an hour top speed range. So overall, acceleration and speed wise, I think this is a little bit better than most of the scooters at this price. And I think VMAX has once again done a great job of offering good value for your money in the performance department. So with its top speed, it doesn't really feel like it needs front suspension. I've praised scooter brands with scooters that go less than 20 miles an hour for keeping things simple. Usually a little bit of front suspension does almost nothing for the actual comfort of the ride at the speeds, and usually just adds weight. And so I'm really glad they kept it really simple. I think that's the general, thesis statement of this scooter. It's like simplicity is king, and simplicity is the best when it comes to these entry-level scooters. When it comes to nimbleness and control, these wide handlebars and just the kind of lightweight feel of this scooter just makes it so easy to carve and turn. You feel like you have full control of this scooter. The grips are really good for keeping a really solid, grip on your handlebars. Even in hot weather like this where my hands get sweaty quickly, I don't feel like I'm losing any grip on the handlebars at all. Let's jump over now to the range test results so you can see if it really got the 22 miles of claimed range. Okay, we're here at the end of the range test, and once again, VMAX has over-delivered on their promises. They said 22 miles of range, and this got 23.4 in the highest riding mode, which just blows my expectations out of the water. Another huge props to VMAX. They got their app right. They got their range estimates correct. They just are doing things the right way, and I'm really, really happy with the way this scooter performed and the range that it got. And then for the brakes, you have your front drum brake on your left hand, and you've got your rear electronic braking on the right. And together, the stopping power is really decent. I like using the electronic brake for my small changes in speed. It actually feels really progressive, really natural to brake with the motor. However, if you're trying to come to a complete stop, this is not ideal. You'll definitely want to mix in that front drum brake. You also don't want to just brake with the front drum brake, because although it's very hard to lock up that front wheel, you do risk going over the handlebars. So a nice mixture of both when you're coming to a stop is plenty for the speeds that this scooter goes. The added turn signals add a level of safety that a lot of scooters at this price just don't have, especially if you're night riding. I think that is a very valuable asset to have. It's just such a well-rounded scooter, such a solid value. So if this scooter interests you, you can check it out down below at the link in the description. As always, going to those links in the description when you want to get one of the scooters we review supports us, helps support our reviews, and help us continue to make these reviews for you guys. So thanks for watching. Remember to always stay frosty, and I will see you in the next one.